management. It is a global standard which unifies the standards for FM from the national movement to the trainings in institutions, in fact, sometimes to even regional, because you have things like Euro FM and the like before coming to the international standards. So the ISO 41000 is the global acclaimed standards for FM, and you have, it's a body. It has several other substandards. If I mean substandards, I don't mean the, take note please, so that I won't be put out of context. If we say substandards here, it means like standards under the mother body, please take note, yes. This was principally developed for the demand organization. And as a result of that, this paper would, have I passed here? I hope I'm on course. Okay. So now we would look at this ISO 41000 and the other substandards which it encompasses. And then we would also look at certifications and its implication for FM in Nigeria. I would also mention that for the contribution of the standards, you know, during the Nigeria participated as one of the technical working committees for this ISO 41000. But we have associations like the AFMPN, we have IFMA, of course, Mr. Collins, late Mr. Collins, who has done a lot. May God have mercy on his soul. And then we equally have another body, which is Nigerian Institution of Builders in Facilities Management. They are also championing some FM doctrine. So as a result of that, we can see that even in a local context, there are movements for development of these standards. And as such, adoption of the standards could enhance facilities management governance and national development. I would want to plead that I'm used to facilities management, even though I see a lot of facility management with a Y rather than with the IES. However, the ISO, you know, that is what the nomenclature is in it. So there is no right or wrong about it. It's Europe or UK, US, you know, yes, dichotomy. Okay, so the professional development and growth of FM, I had given some highlights in the background. The occupation that requires mastery of complex knowledge and skills, and I would, you know, say without any fear of contradiction that FM, you know, is actually one of the most complex disciplines that you would ever come across, particularly if it relates to issues related to standards. Even aviation and other industries, you know, the activities, the components that are coupled together for effective workplace or the global operation, say, of an aircraft is not as complex as that of buildings and their accompanying environment. So, of course, there were also some vocation that applied to science and art of serving others in organizations in the movement. And there were key characteristics in this professional development of both FM and other professionals. And of course, education is part of it, ethics, then autonomy, then issues related to both self and professional development is also part of what professional development is all about, both at a local, regional, and national and international context. Then, of course, profession promotes public good and social responsibility. This is also something you have to take home, you know, being a professional in a discipline. This is an important thing we should, you know, take note of. It's beyond us, particularly in FM. It is for public good and social responsibility, accountability, and other parameters. So as such, facilities management developed as or emerged as some distinct profession. I believe the battery is a bit faulty. Okay, these are some of the highlights of professional associations in FM. What they do, they promote FM education, training, and certification. They are governed, acknowledge the this maxi. There's something maxi gold or something. Yes, I must acknowledge that. It was later I found, the wonderful works they're doing, which is highly commendable, by the way. Yes. So FM education essential is essential for professional development and growth. So these are some FM standards, like I mentioned, 14,000. Kindly go to the slide where I would say much about the standards. Now, for every profession, this is some form of roadmap to its maturity, and FM has to also key into this. But where it will be difficult, is that for facility management standards, they are usually management standards. They are not really technical, So after maybe we get to appreciate and utilize these management standards, which basically are guidelines, just like the quality management standards, the risk management standards, and all of that, then I hope and believe a time will come where we would have science or technical standards for FM, and that would allow us to, reach the echelon, which is creating a knowledge hub. For healthcare, we would have some technical FM standard, for, say, education, we would have, for military, we would have, for all other areas, we would have. So this is just a figure that I think Singapore has really gone far in developing. That's the Housing Development Board of Singapore. So next slide, please. So why do we need standards? Of course, these are some selling points. At least the connection, we get to know ourselves. We get to speak in the same language. We get to, collaborate. We also learn from international experts, influence local practice, and of course, demonstrate the technical leadership. So on a minimum, standards ensure consistency, quality, and effectiveness. So I won't bore us with some of these histories. Please go to the next slide where we have, yes, this is the history of the ISO. It was developed through 52 country participation, which Nigeria is inclusive. And at the moment, there are 5 fully developed standards. There are 6 under development and 1 is under revision. So the benefits are there for the adoption of this standard. Go to the next slide, please. Go to the next. It's just a table. Yes, the text I just read, whereby 5 are fully developed, 6 are under development, 1 is under review. This is a table that sheds more light on it. The one that is under review is actually the vocabulary, FM vocabulary, and the reason why it is under review, it had been developed initially and even assigned a code for 2011. It is because of current advances, particularly ICT. Words that are not in the initial standard are now being, reviewed so that they can be included into the AI, for example. Issues related to maybe digital twin, issues related to machine learning, algorithms, and all of that. They are also here to stay with us in FM. So the standards are being reviewed to fit into that. So the ones in green highlight are the published ISO standards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, I think the next slide has the 5th. Then we have some remarks of what each entails, or the content of each. Kindly go to the next slide, please. Yeah, that is the fifth. And the ones in blue highlights are the ones under development. There are 6 in number. Go to the next slide, please. Now, an interesting thing about ISO 41000, the topic was given to me to come up with content for standards and certification, but I just had to comply. But in essence, realistically, ISO 41000 is actually designed to be self-certifying. Once the guideline is followed, particularly for 1001, if that is followed, by demand organizations, then there will be some self-evaluation for the organization, and that is also some indication of self-certification. It's a shift in terms of what other standards contain. The ISO 9001, which is quality management standards, you have to, get relevant certifications for adopting that. Same with risk. Same with maybe health and safety and the like. But for the FM standard, it has that uniqueness in it. So these are some benchmarks, and these are some parameters for certification and compliance. But principally, the substandard 41001 is the guideline for that self-certification. Kindly go to the next. This is also some standard diagram we would come across about the demand organization, what it is all about, and then what are the context, the issues that should form a checklist for certification. So this is also something that we would find in the standards. And we have some parameters for certification compliance. But this is not to say that we cannot have a third-party certification. And why this is so is because it is usually cautioned. These standards have to be used in complementary manner, especially in the workplace. You cannot just rely on a single standard because of how different or how diverse the workplace is usually sometimes managed. You have some workplaces, that have some human elements that are exposed to risk. So in that type of work environment, if the risk is high, then you have to also integrate some risk management standard. Then if you have a workplace, maybe that the environment, there's a high level of exposure of say, VOCs, volatile organic compounds, then you have certain standards you have to comply with in terms of indoor environmental quality and the like. So go to the next slide, please. In conclusion, the study highlights FM growth and development matrices. It also puts certain context of the FM in Nigeria with the different associations, the participation of Nigeria in the ISO 41000 series development. And these are some benefits that we can derive if this ISO 41000 is actually used for the self-certification. So with this, I think, go to the next slide, please. Okay, so thank you. So, the MC, please. Okay. I hope I'm on time.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. This is for you.
Thank you. Please, let's give him another round. At this moment, I have to drop the role of the MC and join my colleagues. Okay. Oh, okay. So,
Thank you once again for that wonderful presentation. We really appreciate sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. Because of time, I want to quickly move to the next speaker, and I want to invite Dr. Olumide Haino. Please, can you help me get Dr. Olumide Haino to come around? Is he available? Mr. Rara? Is he on? Okay, all right then. I wanted to skip that before, but is Mr. Maiwa Ani, is he online now? So, okay, can we go online? Let us see if the speaker is available to speak virtually. Okay. Mr. Maiwa Ani, good afternoon. Are you available to speak to us? Maiwa Ani. Yes.
Okay, let me go.
All right, so I'll quickly read the speaker's profile. Mayowa Ani has MSc in Facility Management from Works University, Edinburgh. He commenced his career in facility management working as an assistant facility manager consultant for Aegon. During this phase, he worked on several major healthcare and transportation, PFI, and PPP infrastructure projects across the United Kingdom. He has since focused on the operation of gated communities and marketplaces, which he has been involved in for the past 16 years. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Principal Facilities Management, a service provider with a portfolio of over 3,000 homes and 7,000 retail spaces across Nigeria. He also provides advisory services to agencies such as Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authorities, Family Homes and Fund, and Institute of Design and Arts, Mauritius. He has interest in hospitality and real estate development. That's Mr. Maiwa so far. Mr. Maiwa, are you here with us?
It's sharing the screen already.
Okay, Mr. Maiwa, we can see you, but we need to hear you speak. Okay, we can hear you, but it's a bit low. 1 minute, Mr. Maiwa. 1 minute. Please, you can speak.
Okay, can you hear me well?
Awesome. Over to you.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, very much.
Yes. Yes.
Good afternoon to everyone, my one person, participants, wishes the AFMPN third conference. I can't get in physically for this. And I also feel like the setup being asked to present after academic. I would try and do my part with that. Here it's just going to be a very quick presentation of the cost benefits that can be achieved from applying strategies of facilities management. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so the other objective is understanding the entire of the strategy and the value strategy brings in, and then I will bring reference to two successful cost-saving strategies. And I feel like the mentioned facilities management that most of us should be able to relate and identify with. And then just to summarize, I just put our thinking about how to always apply strategy in what we do as facility management professionals. And then I'm an operator, I'm not academic, so my approach is slightly different. It's always going to be with reference to real life experience and campus. So I apologize if I not always bring some very context. The definition, the base definition of strategy is a plan for action or a policy designed to achieve a major overall aim. As a facility manager, plan of action policy designed to achieve major overall aim, which is typically either cost savings or improve efficiency or use downtime. We have our basket of targets, where we like to apply strategies to people, successful people. Of course, in the context of this particular decision, it's to do with cost savings. Strategies will apply to FMs to ensure cost savings to our respective fields. In FM, strategy must, it's the only way strategy can be achieved successfully, implemented successfully, is it must be driven by data. You must have full and real-time access to all the information about your particular sites or contracts. Without full information about it, you're not applying strategy. You're just having ideas. Ideas are these dangerous things that they don't happen. If you're FM outside operation, for example, sites like it's a lot harder. I would expect that you should have a very good idea off the head how much diesel has cost for the past 5 years. For example, if you run a trend analysis over the calendar year about the times working on the higher demand for power, we're spending much more for the peak periods and also periods that where there's those power prices and keep stable, for example. So data is very critical. And it's from that data you can also strategize why I can't implement your intended success. To jump into it, I will make reference, as I said, to implementations of strategy or evolutions of strategy. And then you can say that most of those tools are identified as first case study will have to do with backup power. And then the background, I want to do is really basic analysis. So making reference to what I understand. In most estates and legal communities, I had central generators. When these were introduced between 20 odd years ago, and became big mainstream. The model of fueling the generator was simply a diesel engine. We come together, we have an X battery PV generator, we have maybe 48,000 sustainable community now. Decided that we'll buy 1,000 liters, and we divide the cost of gas amongst the number of houses. Everybody pays. Now, this was an extremely flawed approach in hindsight. Then it makes sense because we looked at okay, we're all using it, let's just spend on it. But in hindsight, came very much because people's utilization is different. After people started tackling that, okay, I'm running around weekends. What am I spending on as much as who knows around? It's only two of us might have 6 people in the house. And of course, then as the price of diesel started surging, I said about diesel trends, people became more sensitive. About having to contribute the same as other people they felt were probably using more of the work. At that point, I felt that you look at all the information available, strategy, and try to implement a change. Next change, implement right away has to do with the ability to, okay, we now decide to introduce nature. Everybody is raising nutrient because we felt, okay, nutrient means you will pay as you use. But meaning, if you clear you're only around weekends, for example, no worries. It's very likely you use external as if you're around during the week, you won't use thereabouts, which is fine. However, the first iteration of this strategy was a bit, again, I won't use the word, but less than successful. So, should be because we needed communities and we were setting a tariff, and it was a single blended tariff. Meaning, if you're on grid or if you're a generator, it was the same tariff we were setting, irrespective. That became clear because during particular periods where the grid is very good to be paying, and there are times when the grid is very bad as well, you still have the facility manager come up and tell you, okay, you run out of money, and you have to pay outside the tariff. You know what's wrong. Again, you go back to data, you go back to analysis, and then you can now apply a strategy which will now come up with, okay, what exactly can we need to work? That's not evolved us to where we are right now. We different community right now. Where we now have better tariff measure. So instead of just having meters now, having smart meters, you can identify when you're on grid versus when you're on generator. And you're able to now pay through for exactly what you know. Now, the outcome of this now is at the end of this process that's taking maybe 6-7 years to get to this point. There's now a structure transparency. And then we have control over the own utilization, and we have control over the spend, and there's no more suspicions, and there's no more potential. You can control what you spend and how you spend, which is supposed to be the end part of it. That's the first case. The second case study, we will look at security related infrastructure. I think that's the best way put it. And specifically speaking regarding street lights and the utilization of street lights. So I just realized that I was muted. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, so I'll see our second case which has to do with the security, infrastructure, and speaking specifically regarding the street. The original strategy was to right test of the street lighting and security lighting, which is an operational requirement, yes. And the norm 20 years ago was things like halogen and sodium street lights. Very powerful. Easy to install that, pretty good shot noise, but the impact on the power bill you can also install. When you work against communities, whether there's a community spending, everybody is very sensitive. And then these things will start becoming red flags, and then we're spending so much on street lights and thereabouts. And then you go back to strategy and start looking what's happening around the world, what's happening in the market, what's happening in the student effects. The studios are, how one results are effectively. Then of course, data strategy now migrated the community to LED lighting. There's an analysis where it compares the advantages of LED lighting compared to sodium lights. And you can see initially, aside from the upfront cost, LED lights are superior in every studio. So now they're much more expensive to install as far as the operational costs of their lights. Right? With much lower consumption of electric demand was much lower. But that was still the main part of the journey. Where the journey is now is we've not evolved from just using LED lighting to where we've now moved to having straight up power street lighting. Most locations of those sites. Now, the beauty of this now is it means that there's zero operational cost. There's zero utility bills. Installed, you have shelf light that's factored into your own light costing. But you don't really reduce your costs and added value to your projects. That's the second case study referencing. In summary, and then I chose this particular two strategies. Okay, so the strategies must be better. The strategy to successful wrestling does not mean to because things change, new technology is coming, and at FM we must not be certain away that because we apply the strategy, it's the eternal set strategy forever. As I said earlier on, as a facility manager, I can't take over the again. Access to all the different data and real-time data. And it's not enough to have data. You must do it yourself. You must understand the function. And that helps you understand your site and help you be able to know what is part of the policy. As a final line, you also must keep in mind that service standards is better compromised in the name of you trying to cut us. You know, there's a way that is of course the name of cutting costs or trying to apply costs. You know, there are service standards now compromised. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayora. Thank you for the brief presentation. Okay, we have two other speakers before we go straight into the induction this evening. So I just want to make it very quick. Professor Jibril is not on seat. I think you're not internet. Yes, okay, while we wait for Professor Jibril, let us quickly take Dr. Olumide's speech. Doctor, please, you can have the floor for your presentation. Please, a round of applause for Dr.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I stand on the existing protocol. My name is Obin Daino, and I'm a facility manager. I am really blessed, or I've been blessed in this profession of choice since I took a foot out of engineering. My background is mechanical engineering. And I have no regrets being in this profession. And I'm saying this to encourage everybody that has decided to go in this journey in facilities management, that this is the best profession you can ever be, because you'll be jack of all trades, master of all. You will be the all-knowing and the all-doing, because you relate to people and you relate to the built environment. And through this profession, it has helped me to diversify largely from lecturing, training, teaching, to a lot of things, which has helped me personally to grow in terms of my knowledge, in terms of my health, and also having a work-life balance. So today, I just want to share with you one key thing about maintenance economy, and achieving it through the integration of technology, as it were. I've read over the years that technology is an enabler. Technology is a catalyst that drives processes, that drives change, that enables things to work faster, that enables things to be efficient, that enables us to make informed decisions, not going through the route of rule of thumb and experience alone. Sometimes you need real-time data to be able to take some decisions, and also to be able to forecast into the future and take the right decision. So I won't take much of your time. I will, this is the table of contents. We'll talk about the future of FM, future of IoT, and also smart building technologies and most of it. So I'll take it frame by frame. So right now, in the built environment, I'm sure you have visited some buildings or some buildings that are also coming up in the metropolitan area and also the urbanized area, wherever you are, probably in Abuja or in Lagos. And the rate at which organizations are keenly looking for solutions to enable them to reduce or avoid sense of creating value and taking a sneak peek into the future. Now, there was a time I saw on LinkedIn, someone said, I'm a facility manager, I'm not a magician. So because our clients, they want us to go to abracadabra, solve some fundamental problems. But looking at it from a different perspective, we have to be a magician by carrying a wand and stirring up some waters in a very big pot, taking a sneak peek into the future. How do we achieve that? Through technology. You know, some people are watching and listening to us far away outside the country in Europe and America. Some people, they are just on their bed, their workstation, listening to us through the aid of the technology. So as facility managers, we need to have that insight into the future of the spaces that we manage. How do we do that? We have systems and solutions that are already been designed by experts because we as FMs, we are applied managers. For example, very few people do focus on generators. You don't have to be a generator expert in itself to manage a generator, just to understand the processes, engage people, apply our leadership skills, and get things done. Unlike some of us that have engineering backgrounds, so that gives us like a head start because we've been taught all those principles and stuff like that. So FMs need to understand the future, take a decision, and to always know what is actually happening. The maintenance economy is a huge industry that is yet to be tapped into. It's an opportunity to do business, create job opportunities, run efficient buildings, run buildings that are sustainable, and also be environmentally conscious about the things that we throw out into the environment, and these are these activities within the built environment. And in order for us to achieve that, we need several strategies. And one of the key strategies, which is part of the competencies in facilities and technology, is the main catalyst. And I want to take you on a journey to let you understand that with that as a tool, we're able to perform wonders. With that as a tool, we're able to be the magician in the built environment. And how do we become the magician in the built environment? When we carry along little, simple, basic technology that we can use as a driver to achieve our operational goals. Now, there's one of the technologies available. There are plenty of them: machine learning, artificial intelligence, a lot of them. But I want to walk us through Internet of Things, IoT. It's a buzzword, but it's not something difficult. It will shock you that some of you that have kids in secondary school, they're already using these as solutions. You may not know. You can use it to control movement in and out of the space. You can use it to measure indoor air quality within a space. You can also use it to measure the thermal condition of a space. You have a system here. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of system here. We have free blowing, maybe 3 horsepower ACs at different corners of the room. But with an IoT system, it captures all our body temperature, sums it up, and adjusts the temperature of the room automatically itself without any physical interference. So Internet of Things is they are just basic tiny electronics that connects with each other. They connect systems to each other. They speak, they transfer data digitally, and also make those data available in the cloud and do some form of representation on our phone or LCD screen for us to be able to appreciate in terms of numbers and graphical representation of what is actually happening at the back end. So there are simple solutions. So you don't have to break the bank for it, to be honest. You don't have to break, you can have an IoT device as cheap as 500 naira, 1000 naira. A capacitor or a resistor, you can buy it at 200 naira or 500 naira. I'm saying this because it's something that I do for a living, so it's not that expensive. So as FMs, we need to make research of solutions that can enable us to perform better, wiser, and be the magician that people expect us to be. You understand? And IoT has application in several fields, even in construction engineering, in real estate, in engineering, in electrical maintenance. It has its own application. I just gave an example of energy management, the management of the cooling system of the space. And in terms of managing lighting system, that also helps you. In terms of metering, is it water metering, electrical metering? It measures for you. It gives you real-time online information about your consumption and also predicts when you now impress IoT with artificial intelligence. With some algorithms, just like postulating some potential issues, algorithm, you write them, and it gives you a sneak peek into the future by looking at your past, the data that have been gathered for the past 3 months and 6 months. There's already a pattern that you have created. So AI will just predict into your future based on your past experience that this is how this is going to pan out. You have consumed about 1,000 kilowatts of energy for the past 6 months. Every month you consume about 150 kilowatts hour. Within 6 months, it's over 1,000 kilowatt hour. AI will be able to tell you, give a significant idea of what you are going to consume in the next 6 months within the year based on your pattern of consumption, your past pattern of consumption. So that's how this thing works. So with that as an FM, just on your mobile phone or your screen, you'll be able to sit back and take a decision about the space that you manage. And that's value. The president was talking about we need to change our conversation. Let us bring value to the table. You can't be sending proposals in this age and time and be telling them that our services, clinic, pest control, what other things? Generator maintenance, waste management. What other things? Security management. When you put all those things and you send it to AFMPN Bank, for example, what will be their response? They will not even respond. They will just trash it that this one is not serious. You send that kind of proposal to Stanbic IBTC Bank, they'll tell you they're already doing all these things. In fact, they're already invested in some notable technologies that will enable them to perform better. So we need to move above that and invest in these solutions because they are very, very important. They are the game changer. So with IoT solutions, you can create smart buildings. Okay, you can connect these devices to your CCTV, for example, and you monitor everything that is around you in real time and online. A mentor of mine told me that there was a day, just thought about it, people calling in sick, they are not feeling fine, affecting productivity. So he wrote a small code. By the way, you don't have to go start learning how to write code before you become a tech guy. You can employ someone and let them understand what you expect, what you want to happen in your building, and they can write something for you. And there are also some no-code courses that you can learn on YouTube while you are flipping your phone, watching all those programs that distract you. You can flip and just learn 1 or 2 things, apply them, and you see a significant change in the built environment that you are managing. So what did he do? He wrote a small code, connected it to the CCTV camera with a thermal, body thermal, what's it called? Measurement device. So as his staff enters into the building, it scans them unknowingly to them. They don't know. It scans their body temperature. So he has already set a baseline. And he got that baseline from WHO, the baseline of a normal human being that is not sick, that doesn't have fever. So once your body temperature drops from that baseline, he sends an email to the HR. You just see that the HR will call you. Okay, hope you are fine. Do you have any issue? Any? Say, I'm fine. You are not fine. Your body temperature is at this. Do you want to visit the clinic? And they'll be shocked. You just get to the clinic and discover that you have fever. They are not feeling fine. That you need to rest. A simple solution. So he has been able to apply that in his own organization to save his organization from lost time due to illness. The HSC guys were able to comprehend very well. And also to reduce downtime because you are not around. So at that particular time that they flag that issue, someone else will do your job. Okay, I'll go and take care of yourself. You're not doing fine. Just simple solution. You doesn't have to break the bank about it. So you need to look for this core professional, invest in them, or you go back to school to learn them if you have time. Okay, so there are a lot of benefits. I've mentioned quite a number of them of smart integration. Is it your water level? How many of us do measure the volume of water we use on a daily basis? If you do that, let me see your hand up. 1, 2, 3. So how do you measure it? Do you go there in the morning and check, is that 200 milliliters? You go there in the evening, you check that 1,000 liters. How do you measure that? How do you measure it? A flow meter. Good. So you have to go there physically, right? Every morning. So I'm sure you'll have done like 1 kilometer in a month, your travel time to the storage tank. And that in itself is money because you could be on your decks, just get a notification every 8 a.m. Your diesel volume, your water level, your energy consumption in kilowatt hour, you can see so many other things. Indoor air quality, if you have more, sorry? Okay, yes. You have, so, exactly. So you have system that detect faults. You have system that detect leakages. You have smart water meter that measures the pH of your water for you. So it means you have to do more research. See, every day, guys in the research and development department, they are working assiduously to find new ways of solving all those issues. I recall the president saying that it is where there is challenge, people are running away from. That's where he wants to get to because there's money there. And I like that too. You understand? I'm focused more on energy because people run away from energy because there's money there. I'll come to you with my solution that if you do this, if you integrate this, it will bring down your energy costs minimum of 30%. And I achieve that and I make my money and I work out. And you continue to use my system for as long as it takes. Even if you don't like my face, because my system is adding value to you. So we have to research and find ways of doing that. And that is what our clients want to see. Okay, you want to know the volume of water you use on a daily basis. You want to know the energy you consume on a daily basis. I once managed NCC headquarters at Mitama, 11 floors, 2 wings, A and B. During that time, we had no idea how much each floor and each wing was consuming in terms of energy. We had no idea the volume of water we are consuming on a daily basis, our peak period, our off-peak period. We need to plan. We need to know if our pumps are functioning well. We need to also compare the energy bills coming from AEDC at that particular time. Because we just get those bills. They bring a bill of 1.5 million this month, next month they bring 1.6 million, and as FMs, we are so eager. We go to finance department to sign so that they can pay, and see that you are doing a great job. Yes, you are doing the normal. But what of you research new ways, you integrate some of these solutions to reduce your energy costs just by integrating some form of technology into that building. It's not by buying some capsule that I put into your diesel to reduce the combustion of the diesel, but just little solutions that can help out. So integrating smart solutions into your buildings help you to be smart, to make right decisions, also to communicate how the buildings are performing. You know, our human body is like the building, and we are the doctors of building. When you have a headache, something will be ringing in your head, you'll be uncomfortable. You say, I have headache, you use Panadol. For me, if I have headache, it means something is wrong with my system. And most solutions I prefer is just go and sleep. Once I sleep, I wake up, I'm fine. So I don't take drugs, I hardly take drugs. So for FMs, when there's a crack, how will our building communicate to us that there's a crack? Is it by inspection? You miss it. One day, the man that is working, doing marathon, going to check the water tank every day, one day will be tired. He will forget that he needs to go and check the water level. Well, why not create a system? Why not invest in a system that tells you on a daily basis what is actually happening to your water tank? What is actually happening to your building? A guy developed a solution. You know, there's a divider. I've forgotten the name now. For those in the construction industry, that connects two sides of the bridge together. Is it bimetallic strip or something? Who can help me here? Expansion joints, yes. He put a limit switch. It's an IoT device, a limit switch. There's a baseline at which that expansion joint can get to before you need to replace it. And you put a limit switch there and powered it by solar battery, solar power battery. And he was getting readings every day. He had enough data for 3 years. After 3 years, he wrote to the government that they need to change this expansion joint in the next 6 months. He said, how did you know? And he brought out his data. Quickly, they adhered to that and they changed it. For 3 years, consistently, the way it was, during the day, it will expand, at night, it will contract. So the up and down of those things, he was able to justify, not the way he felt. A senior engineer would have said, in 5 years, we replace it, and in 6 years, we replace it, based on his rule of thumb and experience. And that may fail you. That may not work most times. So you need real-time data for you to be able to make those decisions. So we've spoken about data-driven decisions. And in terms of sustainability matters, I do hear a lot of organizations that say they are certified, that they are doing their recertification after 3 years. I was at a training, edge expert training one day, when somebody mentioned, I said, Oga, how are you sure that this organization are following through with all those your requirements? Is there any opportunity for them to gather those data for that 3 years, and after 3 years to now check the integrity of the data? I said no. Then you are just using, I said, you are just using paper, as far as I'm concerned. There's no data. Data is king. For example, how are we calculating our carbon footprint in this space, in university, wherever we serve? It's very critical for us as FM. It shows how much of fossil fuels you are burning during a space of time. It is important for us to be able to talk about sustainability, for us to talk about environmental responsibility, social responsibility, when there is no data. We are just speaking grammar. So with these devices, we will to speak correct, we will to add value, speak the correct language, and make informed decisions. And with that, we create more jobs, more opportunities. I work in an organization that we start putting up those devices together, and we're creating opportunities for young lads, guys in secondary school, guys in technical schools, polytechnics. They are coming to just join one thing together and solving problems. A young guy that I saw on LinkedIn, 15 years old, was able to create glasses for the blind, so that the blind will not have any physical impact. They will not fall down, they will not trip, because there's a limiter in front of the glass. So once they want to get to a brick wall, they'll be able to, it will send a notification to them, and they will change that direction. Very simple solution. I can tell you for free that that solution will not cost him up to 10,000 naira. That's how cheap those devices are. But you know what you don't know, except somebody teach you. So it's important for us to, you know, take a back step and review our processes within our organization. We cannot continue this way. We cannot be checking diesel, checking water, checking swimming pool every day. For someone like me, I'll get tired. You can't keep me in one place. I'll be doing the same thing every day, sending you weekly report every Friday or Monday. I'll be doing the same thing. I'll resign from that organization. Sincerely, I will, because it's not making sense. I'm not adding any value. So all the knowledge I've acquired in all my master's program, whatever program, is just for me to be sitting down and going to and fro within the facility every day. We need to, move to other things, research in some of these solutions, find new ways, and transform the way we work, live, and play. I'm rounding up. So I've discussed about some case studies already of how these things are done. Now, so one major challenge is security and privacy when it comes to technology, really, because you don't know who can hack your server. You don't know. Even if you have firewalls and stuff like that, there are guys that's what they do for a living, to just hack you, call you and say, "Okay, I've hacked you. Come and pay this certain amount of money." They are so that's their job. Some of them are called ethical hackers, but most ethical hackers sometimes will be tempted when they see that they have a big man that they can collect money in millions of dollars. So that's one of the major challenges in terms of this digital security. But with better knowledge and understanding, we can also avoid and prevent that too. So we need to invest in the future. We have to. If we want to be the magicians that these our clients and customers have been calling ourselves, we need to prepare ourselves, because that is the game changer. That is the game changer. The president also spoke about LMS. I'm sure he uses LMS in his organization. He does some virtual training in his organization. It is not all the time people will travel from Sokoto, from Zaria to come to Lagos for training. You have to be creative, okay? You have to be creative. You have to invest in some of these solutions that will enable us to be better decision makers. Anything is possible. We can, be organized, put our heads together, and do the right things. Policy and regulation can also help us to encourage us to integrate some of these solutions. And we go in measuring what we do, we will to know how far we've gone based on the data that we're able to acquire and stuff like that. So join me. Let's have a vision for tomorrow in facilities management. Let's take facility management to the next level. Don't let us come next year and still start talking about traditional ways of doing things. The world is moving on. It's really moving fast. And that's why someone said, "Oh, AI is taking people's job." It will take the job of people that are not ready. AI will never take my job. You understand? Rather, I will use AI as a horse. I will ride on AI to achieve my strategic goals. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Olivin. Although you promised me 10 minutes, and we're all enjoying it, I'm sure we couldn't complain. Listening to Dr. Olivin, all his ideas and all of that, we'll just go on and on. Thank you so much for that. All right, I want to quickly bring to the podium Professor Jibril. I'll just quickly scan through his profile because of time. And I hope he will be able to help us to just do justice to his topics within the next 15 minutes. All right, Professor Jibril, Dana Zimi Jibril. He is a professor in facility management from Faculty of Geoinformation and Real Estate, University Technology, Malaysia. He also holds a master's in facility management from the same university in Malaysia, postgraduate diploma in civil engineering by University, Kano, bachelor of degree of technology from the Federal University of Technology, Mina. He has participated in many workshops, seminars, and conferences within and outside Nigeria, authored and co-authored 35 scholarly publications, peer-reviewed journals, 21 national and international conferences, over 20 seminars, workshops in field of facility management, property management, and construction management. Of course, he has an interest in intelligent building, future of building automation system, and many more. Right, I can begin to say more and more about Dr. Jubril. Why don't you welcome me this evening to put our hands together as I welcome Professor Jubril Ganazimi Jubril for his presentation.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here on the podium to actually kind of join you in presenting a key topic in this great conference of AFMPN. And I have to actually establish to stand before you on the existing protocols. Let me go back to the first page. Right. Excellent. When we look at the content of these slides, the content seems to be a bit much, which are the 15 minutes time slated for this presentation will not be enough for us, which I believe we can use spend the whole day on these kind of right topics that we have to scroll through and look at what it brought, how it was integrated or embedded in the practice of facilities management. We can first of all try to understand the facilities management, which of course we all believe it's a multidisciplinary kind of a course which encompasses so many disciplines. And we can look at the facilities management from there as surrounded by so many services. And these services, in each one of them contains other value-added services to that particular practice. And we all understand that facilities management definitely it's all about the workplace management, security services, support services, property services, cleaning services, catering services, facilities administration, supply chain management, risks management, and even many more. Now, this is the conventional methods of trying to incorporate our ability skills to transform the entire management of all the facilities, including the human resource, workplace, and other things. The conventional way, it's of course not integrating the AI, artificial intelligence, all these Internet of Things, computerized kind of softwares which will help in an excellent deliberation of the facilities management services. We can see that the facilities management question, it's, can you go to the next slide quickly? Yes, we're integrated into kind of the assets management, facilities management itself, and as well as the kind of the facility asset management. When you look at the conventional ways whereby all these kind of activities are being done. You can agree with me that there are a lot of facilities management is not about just the maintenance activities. It is about trying to understand the workplace environment in general and add some other values whereby the occupants or the employees will be able to deliver the maximum output of what they have in their minds. Not just to be there, one of the chairs, tables remain in the office. It's not about that. It's about trying to improve your abilities, and your abilities cannot be improved without the support services and without getting to understand the concept of the operations in the facilities management environment. It has a lot of advantages, but quite few of them we can see. It always ensures the premises and the tenants are safe. That is safety of the workers, safety of the visitors, safety of those that even manage the entire place, and then the safety in terms of the security. Security when it comes to the kind of other potential threats that may come in. Then it also maintains efficiency in property system or property management system. And then minimizes the cost of running the space, not just the space you are saying, but the office building itself. That is the space we are talking about here. Then it streamlines responsibilities and tailors other services, that is the supporting services, to all individual needs, because you are expecting that individuals have different kind of needs. You cannot just say a particular kind of a need is kind of shared to all the customers, to the clients, or any other person or individual that is trying to come to access your services wherever you are rendering it. Then it's streamline responsibility, allow property or business managers to focus on what is important, because there are some important things that may add the value of your organizations. There are some that are nothing but just the distractions. So it's only when you are trying to explore more about that that you can be able to differentiate between this. Then it saves energy with minimum expenditures. Of course, facilities management, it helps you in trying to even deny yourself all conventional methods of powering our appliances or using the energy, the high value which is high enough often to the books and worth of tracking systems. Then this, of course, over time they will be depreciated, and then you can start to count on the value. That's after it is life cycle assessment. Then you can also play an important role in facility operations. Then effective management of this asset requires a proactive rather than reactive approach. Now the facility management operations. We see in the facility management operations, we have operation and maintenance, repair and renovations, space management, occupants comfort, and sustainability goals. When you look at the operation and maintenance, of course, that's where most of the people actually, or most of the practitioners think it is kind of carrying some pressing issues, or it comes to stay with us. But most of the professionals, they are always trying to look at the facilities management from the perspective of just operation and maintenance, which we believe it is not, of course. It's only when you come to trying to engage yourself with the facilities managers, experts in that area, that you start to understand. Facilities management is not just about the maintenance and operation alone. Now, when you look at many other expert trades professionals are trying now to come on board to join the facility management profession. Why? They're just looking at it from one angle, not only just serving the humanity, not trying to contribute to the environmental degradation, these kind of other issues that may help in trying to promote the culture of the individuals, culture of the groups, culture of the society. You can see they are just looking at it from one value, which is the money, what they can get, the profit or proceed they will reap from operation and maintenance, which we believe is beyond that. You can see repairs and renovation. There are lots of strategies in this. It's not just about leaving the facilities to deteriorate or to be damaged. We have some tactical approaches which we can deploy in trying to understand you have or the kind of facility, and then you extend its life cycle or lifespan. And this could be through so many kind of types of the maintenance, like preventive, proactive, condition-based, and so on. And then you can look at the space management. It's not about building what will be actually taking out your money in trying to manage or maintain the space. Space management actually, for those that have once get themselves to China or fly to China, you can see how these guys are really serious about, or when it comes to space management. In just a small, maybe a square meters, you can see how they are managing it. You can see their office in the same place. They will utilize first floor as their office, second floor as their house or residential, and then the third floor could be a storage or a warehouse. And you just can't believe that how can the whole company be in operation in this small portion of land. That is a space management. In offices building as well. You cannot just, in fact, it will be red actually, and it's not just to our interest that you'll be spending a lot of money in trying to maintain or manage your office building. Of course, due to the nature of the space, the larger space is hard. The smaller it is, the more compact it is, and the more actually sanitized and held there. And even the indoor air quality will be well sanitized, and you'll agree with me that the smaller it is, the more compact you'll become, depending on the interior decoration, designs or style that you have deployed. Then we have the occupant comfort. That is, the comfort zone is what improves the productivity of the occupants. So definitely comfort zone is one of the major operation in the facilities management. Then the sustainability goals. Quite sure that's where all these IT, Internet of Things, the kind of integration of the software to help in trying to understand the operations of the facilities management. That's where it comes, the sustainability, how it will also extend its lifespan as well, using the integration of all these IT, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and so on and so forth. Now we can see how we come on board to adopt the applications of AI, that is artificial intelligence in facilities management. First, the AI and machine learning, of course, in facilities management are very, very vital, are essential. The previous speaker or the presenter have spoken, he has spoken about some portions of artificial intelligence, how it was embedded into facilities management. Then, of course, we can look at the benefits of this artificial intelligence in FM. We can see it enhances visualization and real-time information. Two, it's actually serve as a remote assistant and improve collaborations. Then comprehensive asset management and preventive maintenance, it plays a vital role there also. Then improving safety and risk management, and lastly, the predictive maintenance strategy. Then now we can see this AI, we have the preventive maintenance. This preventive maintenance, of course, it's maintained and fixed within a time frame. AI could help you in doing that, actually. It's not just about taking yourself there to see physically what is going on. Of course, the artificial intelligence, when embedded into facilities management, will tell you further on when and where does your facilities need repairs, maintenance, renovations, or its life cycle, how it goes. So then you can also try to understand the other softwares, especially when it comes to preventive maintenance, because all what we've been talking about when it comes to maintenance is trying to prevent the facilities not to be damaged or not to be out of service or out of usage. So the issue of artificial intelligence, when into FM, it will try to tell you the kind of features that you will use to help in the operations and maintenance management through the preventive maintenance. Because we are not just kind of giving a keen interest to emphasize on corrective maintenance strategies, no, but rather we will try to kind of incorporate and improve in the preventive measures. Then the space management, of course, AI-based space management, feature softwares will help you to organize the space as per ergonomic and provide efficient workflow. Of course, ergonomic, this also with the indoor air quality as well, the kind of the furniture arrangement, the furniture designs, how you be or you will improve more comfort, how you attain to the comfort zone in delivering your work in a workplace. Then it also the workflow, of course. When you are very much comfortable and held there, you will be able to actually bring out more improving in productivity in your workplace. Like last speaker I heard was talking about the temperature sensors, which can be, of course, mounted in the main entrance of the workplace, where you don't even know where it was mounted. But the moment you come in, you start working, it will and pass through thereby it will detect the kind of temperature you have. We have witnessed that during Corona. During Corona, we have all witnessed that from a far distance before, they started using the conventional tools. They have to touch you, make sure you are at a close range. And much later in the airport and other public spaces, the improved facilities were used there at a far distance, 1 meter away, 2 meters away, depends on the facility. It will detect your temperature. As you are passing by, it will show the temperature is this. So later they can track you or they can tell you to go to quarantine and so on and so forth. Then we can look at the smart infrastructure management, which of course the water, the heat, ventilation, and air conditioning system, then the power, cleaning, and many more of such kind. All these were included in the infrastructure. That's where the smart application comes in. For example, in smart buildings, sometimes when you go to the door as you are approaching, this one comes to stay with us since from, especially in the Nigeria, it comes to stay with us during the time of Corona. So which you then have to touch the door before you open the door handles and so on and so forth. As you are coming in, there's a motion sensors detectors on it, or a heat sensors, or the kind of sound online detectors. As you are coming, the door will open for you and you get yourself in and it closes. So you don't have to operate manually. Whereby in the case of places that it doesn't have these facilities, they try to man kind of a dedicated personnel whom when you come, we will open the door for you, you can touch, open the door for you, and you can, and you will not allow you to touch anything there, like even in the lifters, since such kind of things happens. And then workflow management, AI-based workflow management features can help business in assigning tasks and knowing their daily responsibilities in the working place. Many people in the workplace, they doesn't know their responsibilities. That is why it's part of the facilities managers, facilities to try to organize for a workshops, training, roundtable discussions to tell the members about their duties and responsibilities in the workplace. So the workflow management actually is one of the important aspects whereby the group productivity is really or is highly expected from the clients or from the users. Then asset management, you can track the assets that you have in place using the artificial intelligence. You doesn't have to every morning or weekly to go around and see. Nowadays, you are even using drones when they are trying to examine some faults or some damages in the building. They will use drone with its sophisticated cameras to fly it to the building, in and outside the building, especially in the case of the skyscrapers building from 20-story buildings, 50, 100 or more. So definitely that is really another aspect whereby the AI is being utilized to get what you want. You doesn't have to go and suddenly for a crane just to for the purpose of trying to assess the building condition. Then the people management as well helps to determine available space and the number of workers or employees present in the working place. It doesn't have to be going on head counts in your workplace. Of course, so some of the ID cards, the ID cards of the employees were embedded with microchip, which wherever they are, they can be detected. You can see them running around. You can all the automation of the doors when they pass by. You know, yes, employer A has passed through this, B has come in, something like that. Then okay, so I think